So my name is Kim. In 2012, I had salmonella poisoning after a trip I went on with my family. And then ever since recovering from that, I've just had gut issues that really got to the point of being pretty debilitating. It was just really uncomfortable, a lot of just bloating and really uncomfortableness and digestive problems that I was dealing with. And so I started visiting my primary care doctor and talking to him about my symptoms and trying to figure out what was going on, because nobody wants to live like that. And so he started running some tests and everything was coming back negative. Everything was fine. had like a stomach emptying test. They checked my gallbladder. They checked like my intestines and all sorts of stuff, and everything was normal. And they were kind of like, well, I guess this is what it is. This is just going to be your life. So I think they diagnosed me with IBS, and they were like, be on your way. And I was kind of like, I don't really like that. And so I just kept hunting and kept searching, and I was trying things myself, from Google and all sorts of stuff. I found a nutritionist that was wonderful, and she helped a lot too, but it still didn't heal everything, And so randomly one day I was talking to a couple of friends from Manhattan, and they both had tried Dr. Baxter for various reasons and both had awesome success. And they were like, you need to talk to him. Like, you've talked about this forever and you need to talk to him. I was like, okay, great. And so I was familiar with Nichols Chiropractic just from being a patient of Jared's way back in the day. And so I called him up and scheduled an appointment. And it was really kind of amazing to me because just in the initial call, everything was familiar to him. He kind of pegged it right away. I think this is probably going to be this situation, but let's go ahead and run all these tests, right? And I was like, awesome. And then sure enough, he was right on everything. And it was fascinating to me because nobody else had said that before, And it made me feel good too about my own intuition, because some of the things that I had told him that I had tried showed up on my test results. And he told me, he said, you were on the right track. You knew what you were doing. It just wasn't getting checked in your traditional avenues the right way. And so it made me feel really good about my own intuition too. Like, I can trust my gut and follow through on what I thought was going on. And so after we did all those tests with Dr. Baxter, he prescribed me some supplements and things to take, and really probably within a week or so of taking these supplements and following the plan that he'd set out, I started seeing changes, like drastic changes. And it really didn't take all that long until I felt almost all the way healed. And it was just incredible to me because everything, my symptoms before had just been really uncomfortable and just not a great way to live. And so the fact that he could figure it out with a couple of tests and we could start the process of reversal was just amazing to me. I have felt so much better since then. My quality of life is better. I don't have to worry about, anywhere I go or how my clothes are going to fit or really what I'm even going to eat. And all of it was basically stemmed from my salmonella poisoning way back in 2012. I had E. coli left over in my gut, a lot of it. And he said that kind of once it gets past the point of making you sick, then it's still just outputting, gases and toxins and things that make you sick. And so if we could get that flushed out and healed, then really it should be great. And I did have a sensitivity to dairy as well. But Dr. Baxter is confident that, once we get everything else healed, I should be able to go back to eating normal as well. And I've seen evidence of that too. And so really everything has just been completely reversed. And I think that it's through this whole process, first of all, I think he's a genius. And so this has been awesome. I've already recommended him to a bunch of people just in my circle. But really throughout this whole process, it's really just proven to me to trust your own intuition. If you're not feeling like the answers that you're getting are adequate, are going to fix the problem the way you want them fixed, then it's important to keep seeking out answers, because you know your body and you know what you should feel like and how you should feel. And for what I thought for a while was just going to be how I had to live for the rest of my life isn't that. It can be rectified and it can be turned around and you can have a great quality of life. And that's what I've discovered with working with Dr. Baxter, is that my symptoms have been completely reversed. And so I recommend him to everyone. I think it's not just gut health, it's any sort of issue that he can work with. And I think anyone should give him a call and work through their problems, because the kind of things that he can work through with functional medicine are incredible to me.